Grand Theft Auto 3, 2001, didn't just change gaming, it redefined the silent protagonist trope in the open world genre. Set in the rain slicked, grimy streets of Liberty City, a thinly veiled caricature of New York City, the story is a cold, calculated tale of betrayal and revenge. Here is the complete narrative arc of Claude's rise through the underworld of Liberty City. The betrayal at Liberty City Bank. The story begins in October 2001. A trio of bank robbers, Claude, his girlfriend Catalina, and a nameless accomplice, are fleeing a heist at the Liberty City Bank. As they reach the getaway point, Catalina turns her gun on Claude, shooting him point blank. "Sorry, babe," she sneers. "I'm an ambitious girl, and you're just small time." Catalina leaves Claude for dead, escaping with the money and her new partner in crime, Miguel, a high-ranking member of the Colombian cartel. Claude survives but is arrested and sentenced to 10 years in prison. The Great Escape. While being transported across the Callahan Bridge in a police convoy, the cartel ambushes the van. They aren't there for Claude. They are there to extract an elderly Oriental gentleman. In the chaos of the explosion, the bridge is severed, and Claude escapes alongside a fellow prisoner named 8-Ball, an explosives expert with burned hands. 8-Ball leads Claude to a safe house in the red light district of Portland Island. He introduces Claude to his first employer, Luigi Gotarelli, a pimp who runs the sex club 7. Part 1. Portland, the Leone family. Claude begins as a low-level errand boy for the Leone crime family. Through Luigi, he meets Joey Leone, a mechanic and the Don's son, and Tony Cipriani, a hot-headed capo regime struggling with his overbearing mother. Claude's efficiency as a silent operator catches the eye of the Don himself, Salvatore Leone. Salvatore is paranoid, obsessed with a new drug hitting the streets called Spank, which is being distributed by the Colombian cartel. The fall of the Triads. Salvatore uses Claude to dismantle the Triads, who are encroaching on Leone territory. Claude blows up a Triad fish factory and assassinate their leaders. During this time, Claude meets Maria Latorre, Salvatore's trophy wife. Maria is bored, rebellious, and takes a liking to Claude, often using him to annoy her husband. The sinking of the Cordon, Salvatore discovers that the cartel is using a freighter at the Portland docks to manufacture Spank. He tasks Claude and 8-Ball with destroying it. Claude provides sniper cover while 8-Ball plants a massive bomb, sinking the ship and dealing a heavy blow to the cartel. The setup paranoia finally consumes Salvatore. Maria tells him, falsely, that she and Claude are having an affair. Seething with rage, Salvatore lures Claude into a trap, a car rigged with a bomb. However, Maria pages Claude just in time, meeting him at the docks. She reveals the betrayal and introduces him to Oscar Kaysen, co-leader of the Yakuza. They flee Portland for Staunton Island as the Callahan Bridge is finally repaired. Part 2. Staunton Island, the Yakuza and the Law. To prove his loyalty to the Yakuza, Oscar demands Claude kill his former boss. Claude returns to Portland and assassinates Salvatore Leone as he leaves Luigi's club. Working for the elite, Claude begins working for Kenji Kassen, Oscar's brother, and Ray Machowski, a corrupt cop hiding in a public restroom. Ray is terrified of his partner, Leon McCaffrey, and the CIA. Through Ray, Claude meets Donald Love, a billionaire media tycoon with a penchant for cannibalism and morsels of information. The war trigger. Donald Love wants to drive down real estate prices by starting a gang war. He tasks Claude with a false flag operation, kill Kenji Kassen using a Colombian cartel vehicle. Claude executes the hit perfectly. The Yakuza, believing the cartel murdered Kenji, go to full-scale war, distracting the authorities and the gangs alike. Part 3. Shoreside Vale, the Final Reckoning. Claude eventually tracks down the cartel's construction site where he finds Catalina and Miguel. Catalina shoots Miguel to buy herself time and leaps from a window. Oscar, fueled by grief over Kenji, begins torturing Miguel for information about Catalina's operations. The disappearance of Donald Love. After Claude retrieves mysterious packages from a crashed plane for Donald Love, he returns to find Love's penthouse empty. The tycoon has vanished, leaving only an empty box. The climax at the dam. Claude returns to the Yakuza's construction site only to find Oscar and Miguel murdered. A note from Catalina reveals she has kidnapped Maria and demands a $500,000 ransom at the Cochrane Dam. Claude arrives with the money, but Catalina, true to her nature, attempts to kill him anyway. Claude fights his way through a small army of cartel members. Catalina escapes in a helicopter, raining missiles down on Claude. Claude reaches the top of the dam, secures a rocket launcher, and shoots the heli,